Do you ever feel like your mind is a runaway train, speeding down a track of worries, anxieties, and what-ifs? You replay conversations, dissect every tiny detail, and get lost in a maze of future scenarios that probably will never happen. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is the exhausting world of overthinking, and it can steal your peace and joy. But what if I told you there's an ancient philosophy, over 2,000 years old, that holds the key to calming this mental chaos? Today, we're diving into the profound wisdom of Stoicism and how its practical tools can save you from the grip of overthinking. So, what exactly is Stoicism? Forget the stereotype of a stiff, emotionless person. Real Stoicism, practiced by emperors like Marcus Aurelius and former slaves like Epictetus, is a powerful and compassionate guide to living a good life. At its core, it teaches us to focus our energy only on what we can control and to accept everything else with grace. This single idea is the ultimate weapon against overthinking. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Imagine drawing a circle around yourself. Inside that circle are your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, your responses. These are the things you have direct power over. Outside that circle is, well, everything else. What other people think of you, whether it rains on your picnic, if you get stuck in traffic, the global economy, all of it is outside your control. Overthinking happens when we spend all our mental energy trying to manage and manipulate things outside our circle. We worry endlessly about outcomes we can't dictate. Let's take a common example. You've sent an important email and now you're anxiously waiting for a reply. Your mind starts racing. Did I sound too pushy? What if they misunderstood me? Maybe I should have worded that differently. They're probably ignoring me. See, you're spiraling about their perception and their response time, things completely outside your control. A Stoic would approach this differently. You've already controlled what you could. You wrote the email to the best of your ability and you hit send. The rest is not up to you. So, you acknowledge that. Release the anxiety, and move your attention back to what you can control right now, your next task, a walk outside, or simply your own breath. This isn't about apathy, it's about strategic allocation of your most precious resource, your attention. Why waste it on the uncontrollable? Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This is your mantra. When you feel your mind starting to spin, ask yourself this simple question: is this within my control? If the answer is no, consciously let it go. It's a practice, like building a muscle. It feels hard at first, but gets easier with repetition. Another powerful Stoic technique is called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This might sound negative, but it's actually incredibly liberating. Instead of vaguely worrying about what if something bad happens, you calmly and rationally think about potential negative outcomes. For instance, you have a big presentation coming up. The overthinker worries endlessly. What if I forget my lines? What if the projector fails? What if they hate it? The Stoic takes a different path. They sit down and think, okay, what's the worst that could happen? The projector might fail. So, my action plan is to have printed handouts as a backup. I might forget a line, so I'll have brief note cards and I'll practice enough so I can recover gracefully. By facing potential setbacks head-on, you rob them of their power. You realize that even the worst-case scenario is often manageable. You're not just worrying, you're preparing. This proactive approach transforms vague anxiety into a concrete plan of action, shifting your focus back inside your circle of control. You're no longer a victim of your fears. You're a strategist who is ready for challenges. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." Overthinking is suffering before it's necessary. Premeditation helps you stop this self-inflicted pain. Now let's talk about perception. The Stoics believe that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments and opinions about them. Epictetus put it perfectly. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. This is a game changer. Someone cutting you off in traffic isn't inherently a catastrophe. It's your judgment that person is a disrespectful jerk. My day is ruined. That creates the anger and stress. The event is neutral. Your story about it is what causes the suffering. When you're overthinking, you're usually attaching a whole lot of negative judgments to a situation. My boss's short email means she's angry with me. My friend not texting back means I did something wrong. A Stoic practice is to challenge these initial impressions. Pause and separate the objective fact from your subjective story. The fact, the email was short. Your story, she's angry. Is that the only possible explanation? Of course not. She could be busy, tired, or just a concise communicator. By questioning your automatic negative judgments, you create space for other, more neutral or even positive possibilities. This practice short-circuits the overthinking spiral before it even gains momentum. You stop being a storyteller of doom and become an objective observer of reality. Finally, Stoicism encourages us to live in the present moment. Overthinking almost always involves dwelling on the past or catastrophizing about the future. We regret what we did, or we fear what might come. The Stoics knew that the only point of power we have is right now. The past is unchangeable, and the future is not yet here. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, confine yourself to the present. When you catch your mind drifting, gently guide it back to this very moment. What can you see, hear, and feel right now? This practice, often called mindfulness, is deeply rooted in Stoic thought. Focusing on your breath for just 1 minute can be a powerful anchor to the present, breaking the chain of anxious thoughts about yesterday or tomorrow. Living a Stoic-inspired life doesn't mean you'll never have a worried thought again. That's not humanly possible. It means you'll have the tools to deal with them effectively. You'll be able to see a worried thought arise and say, "Ah, there you are. But is this in my control? Is this judgment true? Or am I just telling myself a scary story?" You learn to become the calm observer of your mind, not a prisoner of its frantic activity. You start building an inner citadel of peace that external events can't easily breach. So, the next time you find yourself stuck on that mental hamster wheel, try these Stoic practices. Ask yourself, is this in my control? Proactively plan for challenges instead of just worrying about them. Question your negative judgments, and bring your focus back to the here and now. By integrating these simple yet profound principles into your daily life, you can reclaim your mental space, find tranquility amidst the chaos, and save yourself from the exhausting cycle of overthinking. You have the power to change your mind, and in doing so, you can change your entire experience of life. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing for more content on practical philosophy for modern life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have any strategies for dealing with overthinking? Take care, and remember to focus on your circle of control.